Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is William Heineman, your host. This is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job or they completely and totally screw it up. So, this one here comes from We the People University. Go over and check them out if you would. Tell them I sent you over there. Hit their like and share button because it helps their algorithms. And while you're here, subscribe to my channel if you would, if you already haven't done so. Hit the bell icon so you know when we put out another video. Hit my like and share because it helps my algorithms. Thumbs up, thumbs down says how I do for you, and leave me a comment. This one here, and I know you guys are going to have a hard time with this, is a lying, crooked, scumbag piece of excrement as an officer. State Highway Patrolman in New York who accused a driver of shooting him at him several times, taking a shot in the leg, actually in the kneecap. A statewide manhunt to find this guy. The union and all their little boys in blue and girls in blue, we're going to find this person. We're not going to rest till we find him and bring him to justice. Blah, 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 blah. Aren't we great? And coming to find out, this little clown did this himself. Yeah, he shot himself and then blamed someone else. Oh, aren't we shocked? And I guess that his dad was an officer in New York, and he was let go for misconduct. Imagine that. Acorn doesn't fall from a tree. Oh, acorn. Oh, yeah, that one. Anyway, like I said, go over and show Elvira Israel some love if you guys would. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't done so. I've been following him for years, and the guy is awesome. He's actually an ex-cop, ex-sheriff's deputy. Got tired of the bullshit. Oops, sorry, the BS. And rightly so. And, decided it wasn't for him. So anyway, let's check this video out, guys, and I'll try to stay out of this. It ain't going to work, but I'll try my best.
We are learning so much more tonight about the New York State trooper who claimed he was shot in the leg by a would-be killer on the Southern State Parkway on Long Island last week.
Someone in that car suddenly opened fire.
Tonight, that trooper is recovering in the hospital, and the person who shot him, well, he's still on the run.
So what if I told you there was an attempted killer on the loose, and that killer who attempted murder was actually a cop? You would probably believe me because we've seen it so much. But in this case, this is a big twist from anything you've seen before. At least I hope it's a big twist from anything you've seen before, because if you've seen this before, then I don't know what to say. But we're about to watch a video of a New York State trooper who shoots himself and then blames it on a law-abiding citizen. What else is new, right? Well, honestly, this is new. Even his father has a disturbing history. Just wait till you hear that part. Even he has a disturbing history in law enforcement. But let's check out this video. We'll talk a little bit here in a second.
He thought it was a disabled car, and when New York State Trooper Thomas Massia got out of his patrol vehicle on the side of the Southern State Parkway to help, someone in that car suddenly opened fire.
Tonight, that trooper is recovering in the hospital, and the person who shot him, well, he's still on the run.
Well, Bill and Sade, that officer underwent surgery here earlier today. Luckily, he's expected to be okay, but state police telling us that this could have been much, much worse. It's every officer's worst nightmare.
Shot fired, I'm hit.
New York State Trooper 27-year-old Thomas Massia was struck in his right leg above his knee around 11:45 last night on the Southern State Parkway near exit 17 in West Hempstead while trying to help a seemingly distressed driver parked partially on the middle median and left lane.
Okay, I understand what you guys are thinking. About you just told us the guy shot himself. Well, someone on the side of the road shot him. Yeah, that's what they thought as well. That's why they're saying what they're saying. Let's keep watching this video.
Unfortunately, Trooper Massia's good intentions were met with unexpected gunshots directed at him from a coward who, without any provocation or good cause, began to shoot at him.
State police say several rounds were fired from a window rolled down by the driver of a late model black Dodge Charger with a temporary New Jersey tag 997 636T. Police say Trooper Macia, a 5-year veteran of the force, never returned fire. He instead retreated for cover behind his patrol car as the Charger sped away, west towards New York City. Investigators say the West Hempstead native was able to retrieve his own first aid bag to tend to his own wounds until troopers arrived and rushed him to Nassau University Medical Center.
He was alert, he was conscious, and I think that he was very happy to be able to share some moments with us after this very frightful experience for him.
The second time being injured.
Yeah.
You know, he was hurt before. He was hit by a car.
State investigators continued to comb the scene during the day on the Southern State Parkway.
We're all praying for him, and we hope that he comes back to recover with us again.
Rest assured, we will not stop until the person is in custody. Rest assured, we will not stop until the person is in custody.
The state police say Trooper Macia's body camera was not activated at the time. And by the way, there is a reward through Crime Stoppers.
So a lot of things were said there, and we're about to figure out what really happened. Let me see. First, they say, well, shots came from a coward. Then there were several rounds fired, and the officer never returned fire. When have you ever seen a cop?
Yeah, it was from a coward. Him.
Being shot at, and he was not able to at least get one round off in return. Hell, we seen a cop shoot 50 rounds over an acorn. What else? So the cop had to tend to his own wounds. Well, he created them, so why should he not have to tend to his own wounds? And they went on to say they will not rest until the person is in custody. Keep that in mind for the end of this video. I am curious to see who's going to go into custody. Let's keep watching.
We are learning so much more tonight about the New York State trooper who claimed he was shot in the leg by a would-be killer on the Southern State Parkway on Long Island last week. Turns out he was not shot by a bad guy. And when the district attorney discovered that they'd suspended the trooper and took away his gun, it also turns out his father was once a New York cop who lost his job. Here's Long Island reporter Shantae Lands.
Shot fired, I'm hit.
It's the radio call causing disturbing controversy.
I think my kneecap's broken. Vehicle was a dark black Charger, fled westbound.
27-year-old New York State Trooper Thomas Macia told police he was shot in his leg on the Southern State Parkway last week by a distressed driver that he says he was trying to help.
We have reason to believe that the incident did not occur the way it was reported.
So my question would be at this point, would this be considered filing a false police report? And will you also charge him for that? Filing a false police report in New York is either a misdemeanor or a felony, depending on the situation. If it's your first time doing so, it's at least a year in jail. But if you have a history of this, it could be a Class E felony up to 4 years in prison.
The search for the Dodge Charger, labeled as a vehicle of interest at the beginning of this investigation, has been canceled.
State police say Trooper Macia was suspended without pay for violating the department's rules and regulations.
Now, did you hear that? Suspended without pay. That's the way all suspension should happen. And if they need to be paid at the end of the suspension, if there was false allegations, then you get your money back instead of we paying you up front. But what do I know? I'm just a taxpayer. Lowly taxpayer.
A full salute for Trooper Macia as the 27-year-old was wheeled out of Nassau University Medical Center. His father, Thomas Macia Sr., an ousted NYPD cop, according to Newsday, for his involvement in selling drugs.
Wait, what? So this guy, after lying about shooting himself in the leg and blaming it on a law-abiding citizen, he lies about this, and then we find out later his father is a drug dealer, or he was a New York police officer himself. This family seems to be a little weird. Like, something's going on here. Your father was fired for selling drugs as a police officer. You are saying that you got shot by some mystery person. And I'll be honest, yeah, you see the ovation they give this guy as he comes out, but I don't buy for a second that it wasn't one of those officers in the crowd that knew this guy was lying. They knew. Someone had to have known. I could be wrong, but I truly believe someone knew this guy was lying, and what they did was what you always see. Cover up for themselves like always. I'm sorry, had to say that. Let's keep watching.
Kisses him on the head.
And why, when he lied and shot himself, is he getting an ovation? Because all these little scumbags cover up for each other. That's why when a police officer gets pulled over drunk driving, they put him in the back of the squad car for several hours so he can sober up, because they got to cover each other's butt.
Troopers supporting their colleague, now in disbelief.
I'm very disappointed. I think that it overshadows the outstanding and great work that the members of the state police and the state troopers do each and every day in an attempt to keep the public safe.
On Friday, police executed a search warrant at his West Hempstead home that he shares with his parents.
His second time being injured.
Yeah.
You know, he was hurt before. He was hit by a car while he was also working.
Trooper Macia's next-door neighbor Diane Sharon says the accident happened in upstate New York. State police confirming the vehicle that allegedly struck him in 2022 was never found. Troopers took Macia's shield, service weapon, and personal guns as part of his suspension. They're now questioning if Macia could have shot himself.
So supposedly he was hit by a car before as a police officer as well. Not sure how he pulled that one off, because, you know, you got to get behind the wheel. Maybe he put the car in neutral and let it roll and laid in front of it. Who knows? But the guy's a liar. He stated he shot himself, and you still hear these officers saying that, well, they're considering if he possibly shot himself. Well, who else shot him? Who else? There was no one else there. You already canceled the search. There was no Dodge Charger with a New Jersey license plate that was ever at the scene. And let's not forget, they said whoever this was a coward. They fired several shots. This cop never got a chance to fire any shots in return. And they were not going to rest until the person who shot him was brought to justice, right? They're in custody. Well, he shot himself, and he's a coward, according to their own words. You're a coward. You shot yourself. You should be in custody. Not to mention, you filed a false police report. And I'm pretty sure you being hit by a car was another false police report. So you have passed the misdemeanor stage in New York. Now you've entered the Class E felony stage, meaning this is at least 4 years in prison for these lies you're telling. The question is, why is he telling these lies? What's going on in his mind to make him think that, hey, this is a good idea? Have no clue. But this is another excellent example of why we always record police. They don't only lie on you and arrest you and even possibly hurt the citizens. They're not doing it to themselves. They just got to hurt somebody. This is crazy. Make sure you know your rights and always record the police. With that being said, We the People University, signing off.
Hey, go over and check out Avira's website. I know he has an ebook you guys can read, and I think he has a hardback copy now too that you can buy if you want. And it tells you about how the police work and their mindset, because from what he says, it's all about us against them. And it's like, no, you know, being a police officer is not the hardest job in the world. It's not the most dangerous. According to OSHA, you're not even in the top 50. You know, it's a joke. And, you know, these cops have to remember they're public servants. Public servant. That's what you signed up for. That's what you are. Like it, leave it or not, that's what you are, pal. Okay, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you in another one. Remember, the cops are not your friends. Do not open the door if they want to talk to you. Talk to them through a window, because nothing comes out good from helping out the cops. Have a good one, guys.